Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday. Boy, it is going to be another scorcher after a record-breaking day. We shattered some of the records yesterday when it came to heat. Netta.
We certainly did. We shattered them. Today's going to get even hotter in some areas, so I'm worried to even say that out loud, but it is expected to happen. We have high pressure across San Diego, and you're waking up to very clear conditions right now as you see San Miguel's view. You can see all the way to the coast. This is the view from Mount Soledad. You see all the way to Tijuana right there. A beautiful sight to see. Temperatures right now at their coolest, 58 degrees, but some areas you're in the 70s right now. Here's a look at the record-breaking conditions we had. Oceanside got up to 98. That's the beach. El Cajon 97, Montgomery Field 97, Carlsbad, the coastline got to 95 degrees. I mean, you see those record temperatures. We thought those were hot, but look how much hotter we got just yesterday. So again, temperatures are on their way up even more today.
Netta, as you know, normally we head to the beach to cool off, right? But it is going to be 90s at the beach as well. So let's check in with CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live in Mission Beach with more on that. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a gorgeous morning here in Pacific Beach and Mission Beach. You see the beautiful sunrise, clear skies, and this is the day to head to the beach with the hottest temperatures of the week. We heard Netta sharing with some of those breaking temperatures, record-breaking temperatures. So, of course, that creates some dryness here. We spoke to a fire chief about how this weather creates a perfect storm for wildfires.
What we can ask the public to do is maybe take a look at your vehicle before you take off, check your brakes. If you're towing a trailer or something, make sure you're not dragging a chain or a cable that could potentially toss a firebrand.
A good reminder as fire crews quickly put out a small brush fire yesterday that broke out in Sabre Springs around 2 o'clock. Now, crews first responded at a parking lot behind a Chase Bank near Scripps Poway Parkway. But while putting out that fire, they noticed another fire burning on a hillside near homes. Fortunately, they were able to get on top of it right away. No one was hurt. Investigators are now working to figure out that cause. Now, the fire captain says that the fire season doesn't necessarily officially start until next month, but because of our early rainfall, we have had a good year in terms of some moisture. You might even notice some green grass growing, which he says is a good sign, an indicator that there will be a bit of moisture and helping with those brush fires. Again, with the record-breaking temperatures yesterday, the beaches reached 90s in Oceanside, 98, Carlsbad up to 95. So today is similarly going to be the same. It's the time you can use the beach as a way to cool off. It's very rare in April we see these temperatures, so take advantage of it. Of course, remember, if you need to stay out of the sun, do it. Drink a lot of liquids. Make sure you're not leaving kids and pets in the car. All reminders, we know how to deal with the heat here in San Diego, but it's going to be a warm one. We'll be bringing you all conditions here this morning from Mission Beach. I'm Dana Marie McNichol for CBS 8.
And new this morning, San Diego's district attorney is warning thousands of violent offenders would be released from prison. The State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations is trying to increase credits that inmates earn on their sentences. DA Summer Stephan says releasing inmates early is, quote, a slap in the face to crime victims who are still suffering. The public can comment and submit those comments before a hearing on April 14th, and we have a link at CBS8.com. Just click on the help button.
A former San Diego sheriff's deputy who sexually assaulted a dozen women while he was on duty is now out of prison. So you see Richard Fisher right there. He was released early in 2022 after serving 6 months of a 44-month sentence. At the time, the DA's office said he received custody credits under the law, but it turned out that was a mistake, and then Fisher was sent back to prison. Now Fisher is challenging that decision and is out on bail pending his appeal. Today, a judge will issue a final ruling on the termination of a former La Mesa police officer after questions about one of his police reports. The judge tentatively ruled the city's decision to uphold Matthew Dagis's firing was, quote, supported by the weight of evidence. The judge says that evidence shows Dagis lied in official reports to justify the arrest of Amari Johnson at the Grossmont trolley station in May of 2020. Video of that arrest sparked some protests, and eventually Dagis was fired. A jury acquitted him last year after being criminally charged with filing a false report. A man has died after being hit by a car while changing a tire. This happened yesterday afternoon. It was on the 54. The man was on the center median of the eastbound lanes right near Highland Avenue. This was in National City. Police say a Mazda crashed into the man and his car. Unfortunately, he later died in the hospital. The driver stayed on the scene, and CHP says he's not suspected of driving under the influence.
And developing this morning here, Sandag staff reportedly used employee credit cards to pay for upscale dining, and that is tax dollars. That's your money. Our investigative partners at iNewsSource looked into receipts and transactions and found some of the regional planning agency's highest paid employees regularly used taxpayers' money for expensive meals. An expert with the government watchdog group California Common Cause told iNewsSource this is a clear abuse of public money. In a statement to iNewsSource, Sandag said they are reviewing past transactions and will determine if, quote, remedial or corrective action is necessary. All right, gas prices, they are down for the 10th day in a row. Some good news here. The average price per gallon in San Diego County, $5.85 a gallon now. That is 3 cents less than yesterday. But we're still paying around $1.90 more than what we were paying 1 year ago. All right, let's turn to baseball now. The Padres going to try for their first win of the season once again after getting snake bit on the road by the Snakes. The Friars wasted a gem from starter Yu Darvish, who actually threw 6 innings of no-hit baseball. He looked good. The Padres had a 2-0 lead going into the 9th. Then the bullpen basically imploded. The Padres lost this one 4-2. Later today, the new pitcher, Sean Manaea, will take the mound for the Padres. First pitch tonight at 6:40 p.m. I think we only had 4 hits for the game, and we got to get those bats going, but not too bad from Darvish. It was a good look for him.
Right. I mean, that one moment when the ball hit the guy at the
No, we don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that. No, that doesn't
Free bases.
help the Padres. No. But yeah, hopefully everyone had a good time at Fan Fest. I wish I could have gone to have some dinner there. I was looking forward to it, but it was a busy night at our household. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it was warm all across San Diego yesterday. The beaches, as we've been saying, that was not an area to get much of a break unless you're actually in the water. I will say in the water it's 60 degrees, so that will really help cool you down. Right now we're already in the 70s for Del Mar, for Ramona. 78 degrees now for Alpine. You're moving up really quickly here. Our sun has not even come up yet, and temperatures are this warm. So we're going to warm up quite quickly. That 24-hour temperature change showing most of you are warmer at this hour compared to yesterday. Of course, the afternoon highs got so high, the overnight lows didn't get to drop that much. We have a heat advisory until 6 p.m. Then it's done. You don't have to hear us talk about the heat for a while. Things are going to change, I promise. We're looking at the next 12 hours with temperatures right there in the low, even mid-90s for some of you. So afternoon highs are going to be, again, hotter than yesterday for many areas. I mean, this is the coast, low 90s. Inland, upper 90s, close to triple digits in some of our hotter spots. Santee, you might get there today. El Cajon, 98, 97 in Escondido. Borrego Springs, 98, but you might get to the triple digits today and tomorrow. The heat will linger in the deserts. Tomorrow, though, for the rest of us, we will cool down. Look at our wind speeds. For now, we're looking at that east to west offshore wind, but then this is what I'm looking forward to, the change up. By tonight, onshore, that comes in. Marine layer, cooler weather, all of that comes with that coastal breeze. And a quick check of traffic, and for now I will say things are looking pretty good. I don't see any major incidents out on the roads, no even slowdowns right now. So if you do head out this early morning hour, you might be just on your own. It doesn't look like many people are leaving quite yet. Eric.
Netta, thank you. Earth Day. It is coming early in the South Bay. Chula Vista is hosting a big event here this weekend, and you're invited. CBS 8's Chris Grow live with a preview of the festivities for the whole family here, and it's an educational opportunity to knowing what to throw out here. It's something we all have to learn here. Chris.
Eric, it's educational and it's also interactive, and that's to try to get the point across that we can all be doing our part, and really Earth Day should be every day. And joining me right now is Manuel Medrano. And Manuel, when we're talking about South Bay Earth Day, what is the overall message that you all are trying to send here to the residents?
It's really to teach about sustainability to all of our residents, really make sure that everybody is aware of what you could do, the little things you could do to save and live a more sustainable life.
And we're going to have a lot of interactive activities here that we'll kind of show off here, Chris will. And, you know, when it comes to being interactive, do you think that makes an impact, especially with children?
Oh yes, children will love to all the activities that have a lot of hands-on. There's going to be an artist here that will help teach kids how to redo items, how to repurpose items. There's also going to be a fix-it clinic, which also is going to work with children to help and you know, everybody to help fix items. We're going to be giving away compost, which is also a really hands-on activity. Kids love to get their hands dirty in the dirt. And also the caddy giveaways that we're going to do for people to save their food waste from their counter and then put it into their container.
And what do you think is probably the biggest misconception when it comes to not necessarily even Earth Day, but environmental services and the messages and also, you know, these type of activities that you're trying to engage people on? What do you think is that biggest misconception?
The misconception and really the part that scares people is that, you know, how confusing sometimes things are when it comes to recycling, when it comes to separating your food waste and all that. So here you'll learn how to best do it and will demystify the best practices that you could take.
Okay, Manuel, thank you so much. And again, we're going to be showing off a lot of these activities early on this morning that you'll be able to see full on tomorrow, as well as a lot more. And for more information, you can always go to cbs8.com and just click on that story link. Eric and Netta.
Yeah, the South Bay, they're recycling their food waste already. They've been doing it since January, so a good place to go learn.
Yep, good family-friendly event, too. Awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.